Every time I'm more come at BabaJamal Politics Avenue, so make sure you subscribe to our channel. Now, we'll be leaving nice comments under the comment section. Every time I'm my own Ryan, I have BabaJamal and you declare no as a winner to a year Ayowaso East. Welcome and seminar a course no in say induce votes and a guys here or share incentives to say NASCO TV and monkey can a say president a catcher and say what general ambassador rowdy now or the man in every same into on city park now on more and investigating or in semi also say what could induce voters no and where the ABBA and say BabaJamal committee no approve the say uncle contest for elections because by elections no and a year committee no a year say uncle Gina NBC and name because a year easy and approve man say on mum and a name a year elections a course and an year. I was saying, oh my boy, why is in semi committee no a capa a year BabaJamal and what is ahead of you. Oh my boy, why is in
time bound because we need to be presenting a candidate by tomorrow to the Electoral Commission. So given these difficulties and also there are legal challenges that could be mounted by whoever won, and the party clearly will not be able to go through any of that process without presenting candidate very quickly. So in the light of that, the party effectively has taken the recommendation, which is that we, given the difficulties of time and also the legal challenges, we have no option but to present BabaJamal, who actually won according to the Electoral Commission declaration. But the party also wants to signal that we take into consideration the step taken by the president. The president acted purely on the back of what happened on Saturday, allegations that he had. He asked for BabaJamal, who was High Commissioner in Nigeria, to be recalled. We think that was totally appropriate by the president. We also want to urge the president that apart from BabaJamal, I think two other of the candidates also are in positions of appointment. I think they are in various boards, and similar measures to be taken as well to just show that we as a party feel that anyone who was involved in this inappropriate conduct have to be punished once they are appointed by the government. So that is definitely a step that we are recommending to the president to take. We also want to say that we are going to do a comprehensive review of the whole processes that lead to our elections in our after our internal elections are concerned. So we are expanding the committee that was appointed. We are adding 4 more members to that committee to make a 7-member committee. And that 7-member committee will extensively come up with recommendations as to how we can once and for all deal with this, should I call it, canker, which has to do with anything that amounts to inappropriate conduct as far as elections are concerned. So we're expecting that committee to immediately resume, start its duty and then submit a report to us very, very, very soon. And we expect that report will help us to be able to deal with this once and for all. But the final thing I would say is this, that we are conscious of the fact that this practice has been with us, not just as the NEC, but also with the NPP. We want to, for example, take note of what the IMPs came out with to say that they thought it was wrong. We agree with them that it was wrong. But we also want to admit the fact that the MPs themselves pretty much know that a lot of them who are in parliament today cannot exactly be the one to cast the first stone, because they clearly must have done things of this nature themselves. So we need to approach this issue comprehensively and admit that in the past things have been done wrongly, and therefore we come up with recommendations that will ensure that in the future we can deal with this conclusively. What I can tell you is that once those set of rules come in place, nobody will be able to escape. The party therefore will have the strength to take a clear, strong decision. Possibly, I'm sure the recommendation will include dealing very drastically with any member that goes against the recommendations to come, and therefore we'll be able to find a solution to this.
There's a conversation about sanctions. I mean, you say that the people have confirmed at least that something is changing. And you thought that was not the right practice, are you at least going to consider sanctions against all 5 or any of those found culpable in that report?
That's what we said already, that we want to encourage that the president should the same sanction that has been, the same thing that has been done to BabaJamal, the same thing should be done to any other who has been found guilty, who is in appointed position, because that has to do with the code of ethics as far as the government is concerned. As far as the party is concerned, that's what we said. Given the constraint of time, we clearly have no option but simply to go ahead with the result that we saw, because there's no way we can change the result. We cannot get a candidate tomorrow, so we are compelled to go by it. Ideally, we have had to annul, but we simply cannot do it because of the real time and also constitutional obstacles.
President Mahmoud made the way to sanction BabaJamal. What about the other 4 candidates?
I just answered that. Are you sure you're listening to me?
I'm actually listening.
I just told you that apart from BabaJamal, there are others who are part of the 5 who are also appointees of the government. So our recommendation that the president should take the step also to be able to take them out of whatever position they are in government.
This 7-member committee, what will be extensively their terms of reference? Are they also supposed to come up with sanctions or clearly tell the party to ban all forms of giving when it comes to elections?
That really is the point. The point is first and foremost to come up with a recommendation that will make it impossible for any side thing to be done. 2, also recommendation as to what to do if anybody, in spite of the fact that we are going to make it very difficult, if anybody still tries to do that, what appropriate steps and penalties and sanctions have to be applied. Thank you very much.
Please, what is the name of the one who chaired?
Who chaired what?
That's what. Sorry. The one who chaired, yes, but he mentioned the name. That is the total.
You don't know your national chairman?
I don't mention.
And people are now asking questions. I saw the United Nations, you know, the picture taken at the United Nations office,
right,
where they all wore smoke. And
he wore it to the UN even,
yes,
the president to speak.
And can you imagine, as far as when Malcolm X was in power, was agitating for black freedom,
right,
he wore it, as Nkrumah wore it to, you know, declare Ghana's independence and to ask for independence for the rest of Africa when Zambia itself was still not independent.
Right.
And then people look at it and say, this is a blouse. You know, it shows how people can see but cannot feel. You know, they see it, they can't appreciate it.
Absolutely.
But I understand they are all coming back to say, we are sorry about that. Yeah. Yesterday I got a response from a member of parliament from Zambia.
Okay.
And he said, I love Ghana. He brought out pictures when their former president used to wear cloth, you know, Ghanaian cloth, kente, and other things, and said, look, those people who said it were ignorant. And it's pleasing to all here. But it looks like, and I sent it to another person who said, the cloth, the smoke is now in high demand in Zambia.
Yes, and I'm sure you're excited because that's job creation for, you know, young people who weave these smokes. What would be your advice to them? How should they take advantage of this situation? Well,
young people, look around, go where it is demanded, the smoke is demanded, this, you know, and let's not just do the smoke, let's do the kente as well. Right. So we carry these things out to the world. Let people see that we are unique in our appearance and that culture is not just in practice, verbally, but it's in practice, demonstrated in what you wear, what you eat. And so take advantage of it, pass it on, you know.
Absolutely. Take advantage and pass it on. Thank you, Honorable, for that brief remark on the whole Fugu rave. Now, your ministry, for 1 year, you've been doing lots of work at the heart of, you know, interministerial work with the other ministries and agencies that are into youth employment and all of that. In the first year that your government took office, you came on the back of lack of employment. Millions of youth need jobs. There's been the chanting, labor unrest and all of that for jobs. How has the 1 year been? In that 1 year, even recruitment exercises happened. The young people went to queue to be recruited. Unfortunately, some women or girls lost their lives. How has the 1 year been for you?
Well, 1 year has been a reflection of the conduct of young people over a long period of neglect, especially the last 8 years when the private sector had not been developed adequately enough. And so people have been left out of jobs. And you can find that with the availability of any job, you can find how aggressive young people will be in trying to grasp it, you know. But where we can develop a strong private sector that can absorb the excess of labor, then you can find peace, you know, in our labor force. But 1 year has been a good time for us to reflect on what must be done, what is not done, and how the past conduct of officers who were supposed to create job opportunities have affected us this year, this time around. And so we did things to show clear picture of what we can do to address the problems. And so, like you mentioned, it's multi-sectorial.
Right.
We have cut across all the sectors and see what we are going to put in each area to create job opportunities for our people. So it's been a year of reflection, a year of commitment to solve the problem, and a year of attempt to solve the problems, which we know within 4 years we can surmount.
Right. Do we understand in our setting what jobs versus employment even means for young people to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that they have?
Yeah, so my ministry, if you look at it, is Ministry of Labor, Jobs and Employment. So the job aspects will demonstrate how young people or people can be engaged in activities that can earn them a living, but which is capable of also creating unemployment for somebody. Now, if you are trained to be a mechanic,
Okay.
and you pass out as a mechanic, you have a job to do. Now, in the course of being a mechanic, if you employ 3 other younger mechanics to support you, those 3 people coming are being employed. The master who is doing the job has a job. So job can result into creation of employment.
Okay.
So what we try to do is to create opportunities for people who will earn a living on their own and pass on the capacity they have developed into engaging others to do what will earn them also a living.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the message that you've been drumming home, let's say for the past year, or the platforms that you're trying to create to ensure that young people see the advantage to, have a job or create a job and then employ other people?
Yeah, so we are teaming up with TVET. We are working with TVET and creating opportunities for people to be retrained, and those that are trained to have an upskill in what they are doing so they can pass on into the world of work. We've had very good relations with some external agencies and bodies and individuals who are coming into Ghana to work with us. A few days ago, I invited a German professor into this country, and he has secured support. What he's coming to do is to create opportunities for people to learn a skill and pass on the skill to a job readily. It's not going to be like you do it and then wait and apply places. We are going to do it in such a way that the job is there for you, the skill is developed, and then you move on into it. Right. And he's gotten the funding to do that. We are also working with an American agency who came to see me last week, and their thinking was also similar to that. They want to pass to get 15,000 people every month, pass them out into jobs.
Skill training
that can get them readily jobs.
Okay.
And so they are also working with me towards that. And all these things, I'm working with TVET to get the final results about it. And also working with Youth Employment Agency to create job opportunities for our people. There are various policy areas they are embarking on, which are very critical and which are targeting young people who don't have the particular kind of capacity to be on their own. We build the capacity, we give them the financial wherewithal to be able to function on their own.
What does it look like we are lacking? Let's say the employee that the employer is looking for, but that we do not have. We hear sentiments that we are a very bookish people, and we are more theory than practical.
Yeah.
Your purview.
Yeah, it is true that the kind of curriculum we are running, much of it don't match with the job requirements in this era of our development. We are moving towards being fully middle-income country, and the speed at which we are moving should increase very fast. That's why we are asking for the 24-hour economy. Now, because of the need to speed up our development, we need to have the kinds of people who can work and be able to produce the kind of results we are expecting. Now, you will find that I have started going to some of the companies that are in operations now, and having got into them, I realized that there is a job gap. There is often a skill gap in many of the areas, and will require some interventions. And sometimes they have nothing to do to get the kinds of people. So what they do is to take national service people, train them, and employ them.
Okay.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be the case. You should be readily available for a job when they need you, not that they take you, spend money to train you, and then employ you.
So you'd say that's the reason why we see masses at these security service recruitment places, not because they really want to be maybe soldiers or police officers, but because of the lack of the skill to take advantage of these other opportunities?
It cannot be conclusively said in that manner.
Okay.
Many of them, in their lives, they just want to be in the security services. Many of them, too, don't have another option. They just thought that this is a job, I'm going for it. Yeah, so it's a mix. And what it is that it is important to give the younger person an option to say, this is what I want, and be able to be firm on it. It will require that he's given the kind of training that can let him be that mobile in picking this or picking that. If he has only one kind of training, like he's going to do geography or economics or history, then he's confused. What am I doing with this one? Okay, if the public service doesn't take me, where will I go? So he's looking for work, but many of them are looking for work which will be best paying for them. And others are just saying, okay, I've stayed in the house for a long while. I just want something to be doing. It doesn't matter how much they pay me. I want to be doing something. Yeah, so you have the combination of all those kinds of people. So that's why I'm teaming up to bring up these capacity building programs that can give you enough equip you strongly enough to be able to make a choice. With all the training you have, do you still want to go to the security service? If he says yes, it means that he has been thinking about that. That's what I want. And others will say, well, now that I've gotten a training in welding and fabrication, I would like to set up on my own. Others will say, now I hear that they are taking people in Korea. I would like to travel to Korea to do to practice my skill. You know, there are shipbuildings there. I want to join them, or I want to go here. So those opportunities must be open to them to make choices, and that's what we are working at now.
Okay. Last year we saw unrest at the finance ministry, nurses, teachers who said that they had been left, they hadn't been absorbed. We heard that clearance had been given to absorb, I think, about 12,000 of them. We talk about exporting of labor as well. Which of these funds did you take advantage of, and how were the achievements like?
Well,
And every time that was a what you boy GH Politics Avenue, so when you say the sun social and say, share, nay, it is similar emotion, a tribute, maybe one as soon. And they are far too much actually, I must say it is similar, a tribute, my one. Every time, and I was in what don't forget to subscribe to our channel and please again turn on your notification bell anytime we are here videos pep up the app and make sure to be the first person to go and watch everything young fancy and that was every sense of this year every and come on.